Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Save 1 hour a day with Dragon Professional Anywhere. This webinar is brought to you by Crescendo Systems and ORdigiNAL. We're going to be taking a quick look at the 25-year evolution of Dragon's world-leading speech technology that has led to the powerfully accurate and easy-to-use software that we have today. None more so, of course, than Dragon Professional Anyway, otherwise known as DPA. Next slide, please. So hi, my name is Simon Howard. I'm a Dragon specialist for Crescendo Systems. And as you may be able to guess from the color of my beard, I've been involved in speech recognition for a considerable time, stretching all the way back to its origins back in the 90s. I'm also delighted to introduce you to Harriet Robbins, who's the Partner Success Manager for EMEA at ORdigiNAL, our esteemed distributor of the DPA solution. So let's begin our short tour. Next slide, please, Olivia. You may be surprised to learn that Dragon speech technology has actually originally became commercially available back as early as 1990, over 30 years ago. The original product was actually called Dragon Dictate, and it was a slightly clunky type of technology where you had to kind of virtually speak like a Dalek, I guess, as you used to have to say each word independently as you went along. The first continuous speech version of Dragon that kind of resembles what we have today, although obviously a more primitive version, was actually launched in 1997 by the famous actor Richard Dreyfuss. And one of my favorite kind of memories of that time, because it was a stunning technology to watch first time out, never seen anything quite like it. But there was a PC magazine that actually ran a headline about that actual launch, and it just simply read, "A little piece of Star Trek has just fallen to Earth," which I think kind of summed up the reaction to the technology all that way back then. Come 1998, just a year later, we also saw the very first mobile version or approach to mobile version of this technology. And I just thought I'd hold this one up for you to have a look at, because that really is Star Trek come to life circa 1998. At the turn of the millennium, Dragon Systems technology was actually acquired by an American software company called Scansoft, that in 2005 subsequently became Nuance Communications, the current developers of the technology. And at that time, we were actually at version 9, I believe, of Dragon Naturally Speaking. In 2011, a software developer kit was released, and that enabled Dragon to also be deployed on the back end or server, which basically meant that the dictator could create a dictation which could be converted to text in the background and then subsequently sent to secretarial support, who effectively would become editors as they already received the recognized text, as opposed to full-blown typists. In 2015, we saw the first true version of a mobile Dragon called Dragon Mobile Anywhere, which you are able to deploy on your Android or Apple technology smartphones. And in fact, that product, Dragon Mobile Anywhere, is now available within the Dragon Professional product that you're going to see demonstrated today. Fast forward now to 2021, just a year ago, and three very major developments happened with the technology. The first one being that Dragon went to the cloud, making it a much easier solution to be able to access, made it much faster, running on machines, and much easier to deploy. Speech profile training, which was always a bit of a hurdle over the years with becoming familiar with Dragon, is also a thing of the past. So nowadays with Dragon Professional Anywhere, you can simply just launch the product and begin dictating immediately to really quite surprisingly good accuracy results, high 90 percentiles. And the third thing was that the product also introduced a new technology, a deep learning technology, which is artificial intelligence based, which actually enables the software to be able to understand the context of what the speaker is saying, there again, therefore making it again far more accurate as a product. So that brings us up to date, and I'm going to hand you over in a moment to Harriet, who's going to describe some of the features of the current Dragon Professional Anywhere product to you in a little more detail. Over to you, Harriet. And next slide, please.
Thank you. So these would just be some key highlights about DPA, and a lot of them are quite different. If you've used Dragon in the past, you would be familiar with the old kind of style of Dragon. DPA is it's fresher, it's better, it's quicker. So like Simon mentioned, you haven't got to read a paragraph for Dragon to get to know your accent or your dialect or anything like that. Out of the box, you can just kind of plug and play and get moving. The accuracy is really, really high as well, just by doing this. The more you use Dragon, the more it gets to know you. Of course, the accuracy just improves. And the vocabulary on this is all UK. So, mum is spelt with a U and so on. So, yeah. And then if you look at it being a cloud-based product, you haven't got a huge install. You haven't got to, if you work in IT, you haven't got to go and spend a whole day just installing Dragon on people's PCs. It's really quick to access. You just install it, the little exe file, use your login details, and you're good to go. And you can access Dragon on as many PCs as you like. So you can have one at the office, one at home, one at your mum's or whatever you need. And it all links to the same profile. So if you're creating different words, or if Dragon's really familiar with your voice, you can then carry all of that and take it elsewhere and use it elsewhere. And of course, with it being cloud, it's got the secure end-to-end encryption. Everything you say is not then going to the cloud and staying there forever. So highly secure, and we can provide any backing for that you might need. When it comes to customizations, you can create templates, you can create your own words. You might need to tell Dragon how to spell your name. You might need to tell Dragon how to spell your company name. And the beauty of this is that you can then push it out to all users. So if you've got 15 people using Dragon and all of them individually need to train Dragon on how to spell your company name, you can just do it for one person and push it out centrally. Or just to some, or to no one, up to you. And then when it comes to the back end of it, the really clever things, you can have a look at the ROI of the product. So you can see how much it's cost you and actually what you've benefited from it. And you can see who's using it. Maybe someone would say that they're not very confident with Dragon, but you can see they haven't really used it much. So then we can help them become more confident with it and train them on the product. And like Simon says, this product does now come with a mobile app as well. Again, that carries your profile. So anything you teach Dragon on your desktop, you can then mirror that on your phone. So that might be while you're out and about at meetings. You can create your own templates on your phone, input meeting template, and then you can fill out what it was and get back to it later. So it's a really cool product. It just feels a lot more kind of 21st century, with it being cloud, with it being mobile, and with having that central management as well is really, really easy to use. So yeah, those are my favorite things. Next slide, please.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Harriet. Okay, so if we can have the next slide, and I think it's time for the live demo. So as they say, the proof of the pudding is always in the eating, or in this particular case, in the speaking, I guess. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment and give you a demonstration of Dragon Professional Anywhere in action. And I'll be showing you some general text to begin with, and then we'll be taking a little guided tour through a few templates. And I'll show you a few of those cool features that Harriet just mentioned to you en route. So let me just share my screen. And if someone can just confirm to me that they can see that screen, that would be wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. We can see it.
Lovely, thank you for that. Now, just quickly before I start, just to quickly show you the interface, it's just this bar here you see in the center of the screen, and it's very, very simple indeed. In a moment, I will just left click on the red microphone icon and it will turn green and it will be live and I can begin my dictation. On the right hand side, there's a button where a number of useful options can be accessed, but it really is as simple as that. There's no more to it to get started. So let's do a quick demo. I'm just going to pop the microphone on. Open presentation. Welcome to speech recognition in the cloud and more specifically, welcome to the premier and secure cloud-based version of Nuance's flagship Dragon product, Dragon Professional Anywhere, full stop. New paragraph. Dragon Professional Anywhere is an enterprise, on-premise speech recognition solution that empowers professions to create high quality documentation, all by voice and saving your business time and money, full stop. New paragraph. All caps on, amazingly accurate. All caps off, new line. DPA has a next generation speech engine powered by Nuance deep learning technology, enabling high recognition accuracy without the need for voice profile training, even for users with accents or those working in office or mobile environments, full stop. New paragraph. All caps on, simple to deploy, all caps off, new line. DPA enables users to be up and running within minutes and deploying their single voice profile across multiple workstations and other devices, full stop. New line. Also, because of the minimal requirements, DPA will run beautifully on virtually any specification of machine, full stop. New paragraph, all caps on, central management console, all caps off, new line. The Nuance Management Center makes it easy to track usage of Dragon and manage or share customizations, including custom words, commands, and auto texts across multiple users, full stop. New paragraph. All caps on, productivity features, all caps off, new line. DPA has many high-end features, enabling and ensuring that users can create documentation in the most productive and efficient way possible, full stop. New paragraph. For example, use auto texts to add blocks of standard text to your documents, For example, new document. Insert stop and search grounds. New paragraph. New paragraph. Council tax changes. New paragraph. Even more powerful, however, is the ability to add customizable fields to your standard blocks of text, full stop. For example, new document, standard eye appointment, 23rd April 2021. Next field, 2:30 p.m. Next field, Guildford. Next field, 85. Go to end, new paragraph. By using the power of DPA's customized voice command feature, together with the opportunity to add customized words for accurate recognition of your industry terms and acronyms, there really is no quicker and easier way to assemble your documents and emails, full stop. Here's a few examples. Insert Building Society Initiative. Next field. Insert all change address. Next field. September 28, 2020. Next field. caps on, speech recognition software for employee use, caps off. Next field, James, comma, new paragraph. Regarding our recent conversation, comma, I'm writing to confirm the projected Zoom call on November 21, 2020 with your management team to discuss the introduction of speech recognition across your workforce, full stop. New paragraph. Given the increase in staff working from a virtual office location, comma, we feel confident that DPA will provide you with the ideal solution to enable a smooth transition into this new arrangement and give yourself and your staff the tools they need to maintain a high level of productivity going forward, full stop. New paragraph. I look forward to discussing your requirements in more detail when we talk next month. Next field, signature block. Insert university thesis. Next field. Next field. Caps on. Speech-based industry 4.0 automation. Next field. 22 October 2020. Next field. Industry 4.0. Next field. James McIntyre. Next field. We are in the midst of a significant transformation regarding the way we produce products, thanks to the digitization of manufacturing, full stop. The fourth industrial revolution will take what was started in the third with the adoption of computers and automation and enhance it with smart and autonomous systems fueled by data and machine learning, full stop. New line. This thesis will assess the viability of speech recognition as a default control mechanism in the Industry 4.0 process, comma, focusing specifically on the automobile industry as a prime example of a current Industry 4.0 production process, full stop. Open case notes. Next field. Next field. Client Deborah Jones, hyphen, matrimonial agreement dispute. Next field. Matrimonial agreement reached 3 months ago on 23 April 2019, full stop. New line. Our client has since discovered that her ex-husband failed to disclose the existence of a 10-year maximum investment plan with a value of £250,000 at maturation, full stop. New line. Husband did not disclose this information throughout the proceedings or resultant agreement, full stop. New line. Doctrine of aburame fide, open bracket, contracts of the utmost good faith, close bracket, full stop. New line. Fraudulent misrepresentation, full stop. Next field. Carter case law. Next field. Matrimonial agreement will need to be set aside and a new agreement drawn up to reflect the significant asset in the husband's favour, full stop. Next field. Contact counsel and organise meeting with client, full stop. Pleading document to be drawn up for relevant court submission, full stop. Next field. Paul Hunter. Open Outlook. New mail. Keith Jones. Subject field. Client Deborah Jones, hyphen material non-disclosure. Start message. Dear Keith, comma, new line, I hope you are well, full stop. New line. Our firm would like to engage you with regard to providing advice on a matrimonial agreement involving a material non-disclosure and, comma, potentially, comma, fraudulent misrepresentation, full stop. New line. Please could you let me know your availability next week for an introductory meeting with our client, comma, Mrs. Jones, full stop. New line. In the meantime, comma, I will organise for a full brief to be sent to your chambers, full stop. New line. Many thanks and look forward to hearing from you, full stop. New line. New line. Email signature. Close email. Open business report. Next field. Next field. Caps on, Dragon Professional Anywhere evaluation. Next field. Crescendo Systems Limited. Next field. 24 May 2022. Next field. Simon Howard. Next field. Hopefully this demonstration will have highlighted the key benefits of DPA to your organization, full stop. New line. It is fast, comma, extremely accurate and very intuitive, full stop. It requires no voice profile training and can be ready to use in minutes, full stop. It will improve your productivity and make significant transcription-based savings for your business, full stop. Simply put, comma, it is the professional's choice, full stop. New line. Many thanks for watching and details about a free 30-day trial will follow, exclamation mark. Microphone off. Right, okay, so that concludes the demonstration. Let me just stop sharing. If I can. Are you still seeing my screen?
No, we're back on the
Oh,
slides
you're
now.
back. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, we're
great.
good.
Thanks. Super. So you'll just see there a couple of testimonials from a couple of our customers who use DPA currently, really talking about its versatility and its ease of use, which hopefully you would have seen a few examples of during that demonstration. Could we have the next slide, please, Olivia? So, as I mentioned at the end of the presentation, we are able to offer 30-day free trial licenses of DPA to your organization. And that's a really good way, basically, of being able to put it through its paces, kick the tires, as it were, and see how it works across a base of your users within your organization. And another significant advantage of the 30-day trial period is that, as Harriet mentioned earlier to you, Dragon also has an analysis module. So what that means is basically at the end of your 30-day trial, you'll actually get some really hard granular detail about how much it's being used, how much work it's produced, and you can extrapolate this information and work out basically how much time has been saved as a consequence, and as a result of that, potentially how much money can be saved using this technology. So in the chat, you will see a link which you can access if you'd like to have a chat about the free evaluation. It's actually, the link is Crescendo Systems / free trial. And as I say, if you go to your chat, you'll see a copy of it there. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that opportunity. Next slide, please, Olivia. Super. So we're pretty much at the end now of this little session of Dragon, but we do have some time for some questions and answers. So if there's anything you'd like to ask about the product or about the demonstration that you've seen, then please feel free to ask your questions on the chat, and I've no doubt someone will pose them to me accordingly, and Harriet also. So do we have anything?
I can see we have got one
Okay,
from Joe. So we've got where would my Dragon profile be held and how secure will my account be?
right.
So
Okay.
yeah.
You can answer that if you like, Harriet. Feel free.
Yeah, so obviously with it being cloud hosted, it's held in a data center. If you're based in the UK, then the data center is also based in the UK. It's Microsoft Azure, so everything is above board. So your Dragon profile will technically be stored in the cloud, but it won't be every word you've ever said. It will be the things that Dragon has remembered about you. So if you've created templates and so on, they'll be stored in the cloud. Um, was there anything you'd add to that, Simon?
Only that it's obviously fully compliant with
Yeah.
GDPR rules and regulations. As you said, Harriet, it's in a Microsoft Azure data center in the UK, so it doesn't come much more secure than that, to be honest. I did see a little question just came through, which was asking how Dragon performed with various accents, and the answer is that it's accent neutral. Basically, it really doesn't matter what your accent is. The way that Dragon works is it actually builds its understanding around the independent or individual characteristics of your own voice. One of the big advances in the technology is that it's extremely good, literally out of the box, as it were, at understanding pretty much any voice immediately and very, very accurately indeed. And it only takes a little bit of further work by the user for it to further adapt its understanding of the unique characteristics of your voice. So the simple answer nowadays is that accents really don't affect performance at all.
And just to back that up, we've got a company in the Scottish Highlands using this, and we've had no problems. So I think I like to tell everyone that
That's
because
a
I think that's quite
that's a very
impressive.
good example. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's another one here. So we're using Dragon at the moment, but have difficulty using it with bespoke applications. So you've created macros. I think that one, Jan, would probably need to look at which Dragon you're using at the moment. There is quite a few out there, and also which applications you're trying to use it with. So that could probably maybe be an offline conversation.
Sure.
And then can you see the last one there, Simon, about different versions of Dragon?
I can't actually
No,
know.
no. So we've got notice Dragon Medical and Dragon Legal on the demo screen. Any plans for any other professional related versions? Example, social work and planning. And then to follow on, in a corporate environment, does DPA require extensive support from IT? So
Right.
I'll go
Okay.
for the
The
Dragon
court.
versions, then you can talk about the IT bit.
Okay.
Um, so, I mean, there are so many versions of Dragon. We've got medical, we've got legal, we've got professional, and then we've got more of like a home product. Um, that's kind of the key verticals. We wouldn't then digress into different areas like social work. If you have something where you need to be using medical terminology, then of course explore medical. But professional kind of covers all professions. And if you do have a lot of terminology you're using that's unique to your job or your market, then I would say just create your auto text, teach Dragon how you want to use it.
Yeah, I mean, just following through on that, just to make you aware that the vocabulary that sits underneath Dragon is enormous. So, it's somewhere in the region of about 250,000 words. So the reason we have a legal version and a medical version is because they have very distinct language, obviously, and we have access to formularies and what have you, where we can just basically take those particular specialties up in the ladder, in the Dragon ladder. So even though it's a dedicated medical, dedicated legal version, there's still basically the same quorum of words that sits underneath it. So whether you're in social work, or we did a little example there of actually university and education, to be honest, it really makes no difference. It will adapt very, very quickly to whatever area that you work in. And also, just to say that you have a facility within the program where you can add to the vocabulary. And that's really actually very useful, because that enables you to add phrases that you use a lot in the course of your work, and it also enables you to be able to format that phrases when you actually add them to the vocab, which means basically that if they require capitalizations or any other form of formatting, as long as you add it and then train it, it will always be reproduced 100% faithfully in exactly the way you want it to be. As far as the other question is concerned about IT and corporate, well, this product, the cloud-based product, was really designed to deal with that particular requirement. It is extremely straightforward to deploy using click once technology. So it really does require very little IT support at all. It's all really managed by the system and the installation routine. So I guess the simple answer is that no, you don't need extensive IT support whatsoever, and it also makes the product very easy to distribute across a corporate environment, and very quickly too. To add to that, if you'd like some more information, because there are actually a couple of routes that you can install Dragon, and if you'd like some more information about that, do please send us a quick email, and we can send you some detailed information about those various routes that you can adopt when deploying it across a corporate environment. Okay, do we have any more, or are we good?
I think that's all I can see for now, unless Olivia, if you've got any others.
Okay, well, that's great. We're actually up for time in any event. So if anyone has further questions, or thinks of something after the event, as it were, or needs to know some more information, then do please send us an email at Crescendo Systems, and we'll be absolutely delighted to help you out. And similarly, we hope that you would like to take advantage of the free 30-day trial. So again, please do get in contact if that appeals to you. Other than that, I'd just like to thank Harriet very much for participating in the webinar on behalf of ORdigiNAL, and to thank you all, the audience, for coming along and watching this presentation, which I hope you found useful. Other than that, I wish you all a very good afternoon.